Let's have a look at this one. It says the upper hinge of the data set is the median of all the values to the right of the median of the data set. So you take a data set, values to the right of the median, you take the median of that. That's called as the upper hinge. The lower hinge of the data set is the median. The lower hinge of the data set is the median of all the values to the left of the median. So calculate the median of the data set, move to the left of the data set, median of the data set, and then look at the values present there, take the median of those values, and you find that the median of those values will be termed as lower hinge. Now they have given you an example also. 4 is the median of this data, 4, 6, 7 is the values to the right, so the upper hinge turns out to be 6 and the lower hinge turns out to be the median of 2, 2 and 3, which is 2, right? That's what is expressed over here. Now the student has surveyed 13 of the school teachers and recorded their work experience. 2 of the values got smudged. She recalculates, she cannot recall those values. All she remembers is that those two values were unequal, so they let the values as a and b, and they say that a is a value which is lower than b, so unequal values, a is lesser than b. The remaining 11 values have been given to you in the increasing order: 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 16, 19, 21, 21, 27 and 29. Moreover, the sum of the student also remembers the following summaries, and the minimum value is 2 given to you. Lower hinge is 6.5, median is 12, upper hinge is 21, and the maximum is 29. Now if you look at all of these values, they're saying that the minimum value is 2, and that minimum value is absent from the list of these 11 values. That means your minimum value 2 must be a part of this, so they are giving you the value of a straightforward 2. So if the value of a is 2, then my data set now becomes what? 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, then it becomes 12, 16, 19, 21, another 21, 27 and 29. These are the values, right? Now if these are the values that we are looking at, then we need to understand the value of b now. And now they are saying that the median is 12. That means my middle value should turn out to be 12. If my middle value has to be 12, there are already 7 values to the right of this, right? Sorry, already 6 values to the right of this. So this will then turn out to be the 7th value from here. That means the only value of b possible is lesser than 12 or less than 12. Because if you try to push anything beyond 12, let's say a 13, that will disturb this median from 12 to the next value, which will be 13 in that case. If you make it 14, if you make it beyond 16, then 16 will become the median of the values, right? So the value of b will turn out to be less than or equals to 12. Now if you look at the lower hinge is how much? 6.5. That is the median of these values. Now there has to be 6 values on this side. Now if you push anything to the left of 6, let's say you call it 5, then what will be the median of the values lesser than the median of the data, which is 12? Then it will become 2, 5, 5, 6, 5 and 6. The average of 5 and 6 will be 5.5, and hence you cannot put in the value anything lower than 6. Can I put a 6? So if you put a 6, it will become 2, 5, 6, 6. Then the lower hinge will become 6, because that will be the average of 6 and 6. Again, that is not allowed, right? So you will have to put any value between 7 to 12, and that's where the answer should be. Now look at this. What is the question asking you? Which of the following is a possible value of b? Only one value is present in this range, which is 8. So option C, 8, becomes the answer for question number 18. Now look at this particular question. Based on the information recorded, which of the following can be the average work experience of 13 teachers? If you find out the sum of all of these values, including 2, will turn out to be 173. Then you have the value b, and then you divide it by 13. This will turn out to be the average of this. And I already know that my value of b must be between 7 to 12, correct? So if the value of b has to be between 7 to 12, then my average will turn out to be 180 by 13, and this will turn out to be 185 by 13. If you look at 180 by 13, it will turn out to be 13.8, and if you turn out to be 185 by 13, will be 14.2. So the range of values for my average should be between 13.8 to 14.2, and hence the average of the numbers can be, possible average will be 14, right? Because no other value is lying in this range. 13 is not there in this range, 13.5 is not there, 12.5 is not there, and 12 is also not there in this range, and hence 14 becomes the answer for question number 19. Let's look at question number 20. While rechecking her original notes, to re-enter the smudged values of A and B in the records, the student found that one of the 11 recorded work experience values, one of the 11 recorded values, not anything else. So out of these 11 recorded values that did not get smudged was recorded wrongly as half of its correct value. That means, let's say if 5 is wrongly recorded, that means the actual value was 10. If 6 is wrongly recorded, then the actual value was 12. If 7 is wrongly recorded, then the actual value was 14, so on and so forth, right? She recalculated all the summaries. The recalculated average turns out to be 15. What is the value of B in that situation where the recalculated average turns out to be 15? Now, if the recalculated average turns out to be 15, we already know that including the value of A, it becomes 173 plus the value of B, which is the value that we need to find out. And there is this value which is actually double, but we have wrongly recorded that as half. So if 5 is the value, then I'll have to add another 5 to this to make this value, instead of 5, 10. But I will have to add the same value, right? So let me take that same value as X. Divide this value by 13 and the average turns out to be 15. If you go a little further, 173 plus of B plus of X will turn out to be 195. That means B plus X must turn out to be equals to 22. We already know that the values of B should be between 7 to 12. That should be the set of values. Now, the value of X should be a value amongst these 11 values. That's something that we need to keep in mind. So start by taking a 12 over here. Then in that case, what should be the value of X? The value of X should turn out to be 10. But 10 is not a value which is present in this particular data set, which is the values which were not smudged. Out of these values, there is no 10. And hence this cannot be the value. If you take this as 11, then this value has to be 11. But out of these values which were not smudged, there is no 11 available there as well. If you take the value of B as 10, then what happens to the value of X? 12. It's a possibility because 12 is present in this data set. So this is a possibility. We keep it aside and we test the other values for B as well. So if you take the value of B as 9, then this value will turn out to be 13. But 13 again is a value which is not present. If you take this value as 8, this will become 14. Again 14 is not present. And if you take 7 over here, then this value will turn out to be 15. And again 15 is also not present. So these three cannot be the options. The only possible value is this. Now in this possible range of values, 12 is the value of that value which has been wrongly recorded, and it should have been ideally recorded as double. So it should not have been 12 over here, it should have been 21 over here, 24 over here. And in that case, what will be the value of B? In that case, the value of B will be 10. Option D, 10 will be the correct answer for this question.